Yeah, how was your perception of England going back?
I wrote notes.
You wrote notes.
You wrote notes.
You wrote notes. Oh, this is why you wanted.
Chris
notes.
told me to write notes. My phone is on 1%.
You better read them all.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read through them all, then we can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very dirty. London.
Yes.
London is really loud. I didn't realize how noisy it was before.
Okay.
It feels like the same amount of people are walking around Tokyo, but in London it's less orderly.
Yep.
Okay.
Lots more homeless.
Yep.
People making gestures or saying something to you whenever you do anything. Like when this guy just started talking to me in the lift, and I was really confused. And I just forgot that was like a thing that is like, he started just talking to me. And I was like, I'd literally just checked into my hotel. I'd just gotten off the flight. I was like,
What did he say to you?
he was just like, he was talking about like,
Did you say hi?
he was like, oh, how you doing? I'm like, me?
Watashi?
I'm like,
It's so funny you say that because I literally got recommended a video like yesterday of this satire like news report that's just like Northerner terrorizes Londoners by saying hello.
that's true.
Literally what happened.
Oh yeah. People, okay, when they bump into you, right, in Japan, right?
Yeah.
And I've totally forgot this is a thing. This
Yeah.
is the longest cable on earth, man. When people bump into you in Japan, they say sorry.
Yeah.
So many people bumped into me and were just dickheads and didn't say sorry.
Didn't say anything.
I could not, every time that happened to me, I could not stop saying sumimasen. It was just like it was just like muscle memory. Even if I hadn't bumped into someone, I was like on the tube, right? And I was like, sumimasen, sumimasen. I was like, I'm not in Japan anymore. I need to stop doing this because no one else is saying this shit. But like I just couldn't stop saying it for like
God.
subconsciously.
I had one thing that happens in Japan. Now I don't expect this, so I just noticed that it was different. When you get a taxi in Japan, the taxi driver will always try and help you with your bags, even if you don't need it.
Right.
Yeah.
It could be the smallest bag on earth, and he might try and come out and help you with it.
Yeah.
And that like never happened with taxis in the UK. I noticed. I was every time I had a suitcase or anything, they would just sit in the car, and then I'd have to open the boot too as well, which is fine, totally fine with that. But I just thought I was like, oh yeah, that's the thing that we don't do.
Right.
And that was most of them. Yeah, that was the most.
I'll tell you the biggest, the immediate thing that I noticed about going back to the UK that I immediately missed about Japan. So I think it was the second day that we landed there, and my second day in the UK, and we went out to just walk around Brighton again, walk around town because it's been quite a while since I've been in my hometown. So me and Cindy just went out, did a quick shopping trip, and I got thirsty. My throat was a little bit parched, right?
Okay.
And so I started searching for a drink
I can see where we're going.
in order to quench my thirst.
Right.
And I look around, and I'm just like, where are the vending machines? how am I supposed to procure some liquid so that I may quench my thirst?
Right.
And I walk around in this shopping center, and I'm like, wait. And then I soon realized I have to go to a shop in order to purchase some liquid.
Not even a convenience store, like a supermarket.
Yeah, like a corner shop or something. And I'm just like, well, what backward system is this? I need to go into a shop that sells other things other than drinks, and I need to do human interaction in order to purchase this. Like, what is this?
We really do take for granted how many fucking vending machines there are in this country.
I didn't realize that because like sometimes I'm just walking around, I get a little thirsty, and I'm just like literally a minute away from the next vending machine. I didn't realize how convenient that was until I went to the UK, and like it's in a big shopping center. Most of this is just like clothes or like different kind of stores that are not like food drink items. And even if there is, most of them are like, something like Superdrug or some very big, pharmacy store where they sell drinks there, but it's way bigger than it needs to be. So I end up like having to go into this massive store, go to like the small segments just for food and drink,
and then line up.
Yeah. And I'm just like,
disgusting.
Imagine
lining up for things. Not on my watch.
Imagine lining up for a bottle of water. Jesus.
No, but that is like the first thing I noticed, where it was just like I really missed vending machines and just like being able to like buy, very conveniently buy a snack or something.
I felt that way as well whenever I go back to Australia or like the US or anything as well, because like we have vending machines like in Australia and the US.
Yeah.
But you don't have like Asuka.
Yeah, right.
So you have to like,
too.
fucking reach in, grab your fucking change, jiggle that around, and then I don't know why they gotcha-fied fucking vending machines in the West, because sometimes the drink doesn't even fucking pop out.
That's true.
So I'm like, oh good, I'm about to gamble $3 to see if I can even
sometimes
get
you
this.
get a double pull as well. That just happens sometimes.
You gotta get really lucky for
or
that.
like you buy a drink and you're like, I'm going to buy another drink immediately. But then the machine is designed in such a way that it just can't handle 2 drinks being dispensed at once. So you have to like fucking scrunch your hand inside and like pull one out so you can unblock this fucking thing.
Yeah.
But I noticed as well, obviously, like I got out the airport and just like no one was wearing masks.
Really?
Yep.
No one was wearing masks. And that, not that I don't have a fucking opinion on it. I do whatever I'm told to do, right? I'm a sheep, all right? What can I say?
Wake up, sheeple.
That's taking a stance in itself,
I guess so, yeah. I don't give a shit. I'm just like,
Yeah.
if everyone around me is wearing a mask, I'll wear a mask. You know what I mean? But it was one of those things where I was like, oh, whoa, this is fucking weird. And like, because in Japan, it's like, you'll be crucified if you don't wear a mask.
You could be in the middle of a rice field and they'll still somehow find a way to crucify you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, it was just like so strange just seeing everything kind of back to normal. It was like the UK just took the route of, we don't give a shit anymore, open back up. But the rules are different as well between England and Wales. And because I was traveling between them, on Welsh trains, you have to wear a mask. On English trains, you don't have to wear a mask. But some trains go from Wales to England. So what happens is that when you get into England, people just took off their masks on the train. So
Which does nothing.
which then just eliminates the whole point of,
wearing
I was like, I'm not that I think one or either is wrong or right. I'm just like, it invalidates both if you have to put it on or off. You're on the same goddamn train. It was whatever. That was annoying.
That's like you being on a flight and then like, we're
now in Russian airspace.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
like,
can now pull out your
let's take it
guns.
off then.
COVID's like, okay, guys, I'm gonna head out now.
Sorry, I can't survive in this jurisdiction. I need to get back.
It was just like, all right, okay, that's kind of weird. And I was wearing a mask, and I thought this was only in in America, but someone came up to me and was like, "Take off your mask."
What?
Yeah, someone came up to me and was like, "Take off your mask," and I was like, "I don't think I will." And then he was like, "Why?" He was.
Where were you?
I was in Wales.
Right.
He was saying something.
Where you have to wear masks, right? Still in Wales?
No, you don't.
Oh, you just did anyway.
But no,
All right.
I was like the only person wearing a mask.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I also I looked like shit. I wanted to cover my face.
Fair enough.
I felt dreadful. But he came out to me and he was like, "Take off your mask." And I was like, "No." And then he was like, "Why? Why are you wearing a mask?" And I was like, I just ignored him. I was just like, I carried on my phone and I was just like, and then
On the train?
No, outside the train station. I was waiting.
okay.
And he was just like, "Take off your mask," and I was like, "No."
Why?
I don't know. Some people get weirdly offended by it. Yeah.
It's like, sorry, I'm protecting myself. And
Like one time I was wearing it as well, and a guy asked me, he was like, "Are you wearing that for me or for you?" And I was like, "For me."
I mean, both
Yeah.
technically.
Well, because the thing was that even though because we had a flight to get on, so I was coming up to that flight. I was like, I'm wearing a mask because I do not want to get COVID
of course.
and be having to rearrange all my plans and delay transportation.
Yeah, of course.
So that's why I was wearing it, and then I was like, oh my god! I was like, why are so many people fucking coming up to me and telling me to take off my mask?
Because you're taking a
Fuck
stance. And like, I think going back to England, because I had very similar experiences.
Yeah.
Where every time
Fucking weird.
every time I'd meet like some group of friends, they'd question me of like why I chose to wear a mask, why I chose to put on this mask,
Why I became
So the name of your autobiography.
the mask chose me.
they didn't listen to me until I put on the mask. And so like I'd get questioned about it, and I'm just like, I don't know, I need to fly back to Japan
still
in
kinda
like
used
2
to it,
weeks.
yeah.
I'm pretty used to it, and I just don't want to take any risks. I don't know. Like that's just my opinion, man. Like I don't know.
It's like, why do you have to be like accused for protecting yourself? That's,
Like I'm not saying
that's like being like, why are you wearing the condom? Take it off.
It's not like I'm going around being like, put your mask on, I don't give a shit. You don't need to, if the government tells you don't need to wear it, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Don't wear it. I'm just gonna wear it.
But the government also says don't wear a mask. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like they're gonna fucking take your mask away.
I just feel like what I've realized going back home, at least in England, it became very like political.
Yeah.
Like it's like as everything does. But I feel like we got sheltered from that in Japan because everyone here wears a mask, and everyone here wore a mask before COVID, and that's why it was like super easy to just integrate that into society. Whereas, like people just don't like being told what to do in England, and a lot of America as well. It was something where just doing this one thing, like wearing a mask, was like in that environment, you were making a statement or a stance or a choice that was conscious, I guess. And I just never really thought about it that deeply.
Yeah, it's like, I get that, but it's like, I don't know why that is, subject to ridicule or criticism, right? It's like, it's not like you're doing something bad by protecting yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird.
I get it if it was the other way around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, the way I looked at it was not even a political sense. I was just like, I just want to wear it because I want to wear it. Fuck off. Like,
like
if
me
I was wearing a hat. Would you tell me I can't wear a hat? Like, like if
take it off.
Like,
what are you hiding?
Yeah, bro, I'm balding. Bro, leave me alone.
like me before going to England, I'd never really thought about it that deeply. I think I've thought about the difference between chicken breasts and chicken thighs more deeply than wearing a mask. That's
you should have just turned around and guy being like, it ain't that deep, bro. I'm just wearing a mask. Get off my back.
That's why I was just like, no. I was like, leave me alone. What are you gonna do? Like,
rip the mask off of you.
I was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. I was just like, fuck off.
Jesus.